Hi there. There was a small hack I wanted to show you. About the final tuning of the work I do. Whenever I get make the lid jars, there are some final tunings after the firing, and this is one piece that I took out from the last firing a couple of days ago. So it's a time to give it a final touch before it is really ready. One thing that is important for me is the bottom. I try to make them as smooth as possible already when I'm throwing and tuning, so I burnish and polish the bottom parts. But still on the firing and touching the kiln shelf, it gets a little bit of scratches. So it's a quick fix with just a regular sanding paper. But the main part is how the lid sits on the jar. And so actually I wanted to a little bit hear the sound, what it does without before tuning, and then when I have grounded it, what it does after the tuning. So when you put it on, stop. When you turn it, the sound hurts actually, at least my ears, and it feels like you have sand between your teeth. So let's fix it. What I have is a little compound that I have made myself. It's a mixture of silicon carbide and bentonite, and just putting it in between the lid, as I'm not using any grinding machines or diamond discs or anything like that. I think it is enough here. Just a little bit of water, with just a little bit small touch of the water, so it works as a lubricant. And lid on. And I'm just turning it a little bit. So the sound of that is quite awful sometimes. And already with just half a minute it starts spinning quite easily on top of that. And I would say it is done, just based on how I feel. Now a little bit of cleaning, and then it is the final test, how it sounds. Washing that all away. Here I see there are some white marks from the wadding I have used. I will use a little bit of just a wet dry sanding paper to remove it. We will do a little bit of with the same sanding paper under here. Now the bottom is smooth, and the final test, how the lid works. Ouch. I need to clean it. So, and the final test, how the lid works. And listen to the sound, and scroll back to the beginning when you heard it before the sound as well. This is when I sometimes say that the lid and the body, they need to sync together. So those ones are singing together. And here is just another one from the previous firing as well that I have already tuned. It is dry. So just for comparison, having the sound check as well. The sound doesn't hurt anymore, so it is not scratchy when you move, when you put the lead on, when you move or rotate the lead. It is not scratchy sound. It is nice and smooth. This is the last touch. All of my pieces get the bottoms always get smoothed, and all the leaded jars, wherever there is a lead in the body, I always do it with a little bit of compound to grind so that they are singing together. It is probably 1 minute of job, or maybe 2, comparing all the time that I'm spending doing it. I think altogether the working hours is maybe up to 1 hour when I touch it during the making process, maybe a little bit less. But this is just a minute or 2, but it makes all the difference how it feels later on when somebody takes it in their hand and when somebody takes it into the use. Thank you. So I hope you enjoy that. And maybe if you're doing some pots, you will learn from that as well. That small things make a big difference.